What's up, family? Grand Rising on this beautiful second day of the week. This video is gonna be about a few reasons why I ain't been feeling Tariq Nasheed message. You know what I mean? I'm not against his whole message. I see he trying to get the reparations or something. Even though I know they ain't gonna get shit, but if they do, they do. I ain't worried about all that. But he pushes that slave narrative too tough for me. And he can't be that motherfucking slow. I think he be pushing that slave narrative so he can get the reparations. Cause this nigga, I guess he do history or some type of research, so it's easy to find the real history that people was putting out here right now. And Tyreek, he a internet dweller. He got a lot of time on his hands. I can tell. And he sits and watch that internet, and I know he see all this information getting put out here. That's how he jumped jumped upon the Aboriginal wave. He hopped on that wave. He was straight up Pan African, and he still is Pan African. He hopped on that wave because he seen it through the internet, but he would not stop pushing that slave narrative. Like I was watching one of his videos the other day, and at the end of the video, here he go. He was saying a whole bunch of real shit on the video. He beefing with some niggas, security tribe. I don't know what all that about, but it's all lame shit to me. But he went through the whole video, and then at the end, he get to talking about slaves, and he talking about, yeah, he tried to big him up. Yeah, our people, the FBA, we were we we had carpenters and all this, and he said the greatest builders. Yeah, then here we go. We was on the slave plantation, the slaves, and they was architects, and they was building the slave master house, and they had layout plans, and they were slaves, and they would go for the highest in the bid, and they would sell them for the highest bid. Man, I'm so sick of that narrative, bro. Like, how the fuck a dumbass, weak ass slave gonna be an architect, man, building a slave house, a good slave mansion for the slave masters? Like, when that's gonna happen, man? Like, come on, Tyreek. You know all this information out here, nigga. You know ain't no goddamn niggas about to build no house for no damn slave master. And they so weak. They got enough resources that make out plans and do architecture work, or however you said. They they make out blueprints and all that. They got all these smarts to do that. But you think they gonna a nigga that got them resources and them smarts? You think they gonna be that weak to get sold off in the 1800s? Like, where? Come on, bruh. In the 1800s, and that's when we was at our most powerful. We was powerhouses, man. I found my family records, man. You know what I mean? My own self, I found them. And my ancestor, my great great grandfather, he was a farm owner, man. And he was head of household and all that. In the years Harriet Tubman and them was supposed to be out here with them fake stories. And Tyreek know what he doing, man. And I don't know if he trying to do that for reparations or he just trying to keep people blind. Like with that black word and all that shit, man, that shit mean pale, man. Like that's a classification that we didn't never even accept until recently, man. People used to get their ass beat for the word black. And he steady pushing that, man. His message not switching. He is sprinkling in a little. Yeah, and some of our people was the Aboriginal people that was here. Yeah, but we were slaves. We came off the ships. Yeah, we were the diaspora. All that, man. I don't think he for the right of our people. You know what I mean? And Tariq Nasheed, he see this. He see my. I don't know if he was sneak dissing me, but I seen his video, and I know he seen my fuck FBA video. I know he seen that because he sit there and watch. Even though I ain't got that many views, he seen that because he sit there and watch the internet. And when something pop up that say fuck FBA, he click right on it because I I don't know if he was sneak dissing me, but he was saying something about a nigga who cut hair out their mama house and shit like that, and on his video and how much he paid for haircuts. I know you weren't talking about me, blood. Because the only house I got is my motherfucking house, nigga. And before it was my house, this was my daddy house. My daddy bought this house in the 80s. But the good thing about my mother, what she did when her and my daddy split up, my daddy let her had this because she had me, and he went on and got him another place and another family, and still took care of me. I grew up with a real father, nigga. So I know you ain't talking about me. And then the thing about this house, I bought this house. Like my mama, the good thing about my mama, she kept this house going until she left. My mama, I got a good mother. My mother was not on crack or nothing. My mother didn't have to flee Detroit. See, Tariq, you from Detroit, but you had to flee here, nigga. A lot of people couldn't make it here, nigga. My mama them came from Alabama, nigga, and they stayed. My mama came here from Alabama when she was 17 or something like that. She was a young girl pregnant with my brother, and she came here and stayed. They didn't have to flee Detroit. A lot of people had to flee here. They couldn't make it up here in the big city, back here in the back of the map, where it's cold and dark at. Your family had to flee, and I don't know if you had no father around because you said your grandma used to help in. I seen your video. You said your grandma had to buy you some some fake Adidas or something. You went to school, nigga. I ain't had to go through no shit like that. See, you was a nigga getting joked on in your life and clowned in Alabama, nigga. If I would have went from Detroit to Alabama, I probably would have been, boy, I'd have been a fool. I would have been the man at that motherfucker. My mama ain't have to go off and send me with my grandma and shit like that, nigga. Cause my mama was a strong woman up here in Detroit, held it down. But this was my father's house, and then my mama moved. But when she moved, she refinanced it. I paid the money back, man. I paid 33,000 for this motherfucking house, nigga. But it's nothing. It's nothing to be embarrassed of if your mother do leave you something, because a lot of these niggas' mamas can't leave them shit. You nigga can't go to their mama house because they mama ain't got shit. They mama gotta stay with them. So if you was talking about that, yeah, I cut hair. I've been cutting hair since 14, nigga, and been established. My mom ain't had to tell me shit. She ain't had to let me cut no motherfucking hair. I peeped that little video you was saying that you slick with it. No, that don't accumulate to me, homeboy, because I was already popular. The man, my house, my basement was already to hang out and all that shit. I just started cutting hair just cause that's what young niggas we used to do. But man, I did a lot of shit. I don't want to talk about the past, but I done, shit, I ain't gonna even talk about all that, man. But people know me, man. I done did it all, man. I done trapped right out this motherfucking house, out the back door. Everything, I always was a go getter, man. And I'm not trying to promote that like it was good, but I done 3 for 10 right out my motherfucking mama back door. you know. But I always running it up, and I see you talking about, yeah, I pay 150 for a cut. You get yourself big, you go to people's houses, you come to celebrities' houses, 150, nigga. You think I go to my niggas not offer me that just to cut their hair on a Saturday to come to my house, and I tell them niggas, nah, I'm straight, nigga. That money don't move me, nigga, and your haircuts don't even be sweet. Your shit be Timmy's. And you gotta use all that Maybelline and makeup on your shit, bro. Don't go there with me, nigga. I know you silly, but I talks crazy, bro. And you starting to get a little weird to me, man. You playing with puppets. You be trying to cap that tough. And what type of nigga sit around and make a puppet, bro? And sit on there and talking and every word you say, like these niggas, they sound a little funny, but you the one come with all the gay shit. Boochie Bear, and all that. It's a little funny and silly. Tariq, it's funny with how you talk, but that's weird. Period, and all that. That you coming with all that sissy shit. And I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen you, nigga, I thought you was a sissy, nigga. A nigga had brought me Hidden Colors about some shit I already knew. I'm like, yeah, black people was all over the world, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? But a real video that was shitting on that was some people from Detroit. They shit was called White It Out. Brother Ya and Deborah Ya. That was shitting on Hidden Colors. White It Out. That get a little more detail. So even though they all got the fake slave narrative, I'm not promoting none of that. But that was better than Hidden Colors, bro. But I seen you. I remember you. I seen a video. I looked back on your history in 2001. You was sitting on that show, man. You looked like a lang, man. You had a Men's Warehouse suit on, talking about you some type of Mac and pimp. You starting to get exposed out here, man. Now you funny, and I ain't start liking your information until you start coming with the Aboriginal shit. I didn't even tune in to you. And you roast niggas and shit like that, but man, don't straddle the fence and think you gonna make a puppet and do all that with me, cause I could talk crazy too. You feel me? But I'm not feeling that fake slave narrative you keep pushing, man. It's like you straddling the fence, bruh. You straddling the fence with the FBA talk and all that, and you can lead people down the path of destruction with that shit. Like, are people at the point of waking up, man? Fuck them reparations, nigga. I'd rather have my pride and my we know who we is, nigga. We come from, and then you can get different reparations if you know your family the one own this land and we the original people of America. We the real Americans. It's all type of shit. The Jim Crow era and all that shit. It's all type of shit they owe us money for. We don't have to lie that fake slave narrative because you're gonna keep pushing the slaves supposed to get the money, and then the pill people gonna reverse it on you and be like, yeah, well, we was the real slaves because they know the history of white slavery. Shout out to Hawk School. The history of the white slavery coming out here. So they gonna twist that on you. You still ain't gonna get nothing. But why you always looking for handouts? You know that you got like a tether, like hey, you got like a tether, to you, and you be talking about, yeah, you could tell by the hairlines and all that. But you paint your hairline on. Different niggas got different hairlines. But you painting yours on, and that little top on yours look like a Velcro. You look like a overgrown play. The nigga from Key and Play. Ha ha ha. You be wearing makeup and shit and all that shit. That little handlebar mustache, man. You need a nigga like me cut your shit, man. Your hair, I ain't never seen you with a sweet haircut. And then I peeped you years ago. I looked on your old shit because I seen you had got into it with the other nigga, where he got a fake hot top fade too. The African nigga. I seen you go at him. I look at your hair on there. You was thinning, man. You was thinning at the top. Just where you used to cut it real low, man. And now all of a sudden you got a whole hot top fade and all that lined up, man. Y'all niggas is fake, man. You fake. You be seeing my shit, man. And I don't know if you were trying to sneak this me talking about, yeah, niggas in their mama house cutting everything. No, this my motherfucking house. And when I wasn't even living here, I had apartments and all that shit for years. I still would come over here and cut hair because this was the foundation. But my daddy built this foundation. This was his house. Shit, I grew up with a daddy, a real daddy, nigga. So ain't that? And I grew up to make money. I've been making money since I was 12 years old and shit like that. I started cutting hair to make money. My mama had to tell me shit. When she found out I was cutting hair and making money, and she seen me, I had an ounce of weed all up to my nose when I was 14 in the backyard, and all that. She like, nigga, you about to start paying me. She like, nigga, I've been paying rent since the 10th grade, dog. You know, and when I wasn't even living here, I was giving my mama 400, 500 a month. It'd be 400 some months. It'd be 500 some months. So man, and that's I have my own family, my own apartments, man. I'm a real grown man. I ain't saying I'm no rich nigga and all that with no money. I'm a working man, but I ain't sitting there getting no handouts, you know. And you bought that museum, man. I could just talk crazy. That shit little, like that ain't no museum, man. Like you could have got a house. My house could be a museum, man. You know, bigger than that shit. My house bigger than that, 3 floors, and you should have bought a house out there in Cali, like Motown Museum. See, Motown Museum is a house. You could have did better with a big ass house and turned it to a museum. Man, that shit like the size of a chicken shack, man. That's like the size of JJ's Chicken and Fish, man. That ain't no damn museum, bro. How you gonna turn that shit to a museum, dog? And them people gave you that money for that shit, nigga. I'd be mad as hell if I donated to that shit, bro. You know, you starting to come off as a fake nigga, man. You sit around laughing with puppies. You called the nigga. That was you called Taharka Bay Show, man. See, you do a lot of weird shit. You made up a fake page and called this man show and talk about nigga with your voice different, put a voice machine. That's some federal type. That's some nigga. That's some agent shit. You talking about nigga? Do you want to be a cookie or a cartoon? And I never watched the Harker Bay shit, but I watched that shit that night. This nigga when he was just asking you what's up, like what's this FBA shit about, nigga? You keep calling us black and shit like that. That's a misnomer. And here you come, you want to be silly. You want to be a cookie or a cartoon, and then nigga, that was you. And that's how I know you was picked on as a kid, man. Now you a big overgrown nigga, think you tough and be. Man, you wouldn't have never walked in on me like you did that nigga, that little black nigga. I don't like his bitch ass. I like you better than I like that nigga, the little hoe ass nigga you walked in on Vlad, man. You wouldn't have never did that shit with me, nigga. Nigga, I would have been putting foundational hands all over your ass, nigga. No SBA, nigga. I'd have been putting feet, boots on your ass. That's what the FBA said. Feet and boots all over, fists and boots all over your ass. Nigga, I ain't no more. Nigga, I ain't black. You know, I'm a melanated. They say everybody got melanin, but that don't mean they melanated. You know, I'm straight from America, foundational American, man. You know, and I ain't riding with that black shit. And I peep, you got a lot of flaws, man. You know, and I don't care about what y'all got going on with the Cure the Tribe and all that type of shit. I ain't worried about that. I'm just worried about you you tearing our people history down with that slavery shit, bro. Like we was just some weak punk ass slaves getting whooped. And the word slave is Slav that go to the white people, and people slaving out with just a job. Even the people who worked, the black people that worked on the plantations that they showing on the pictures and shit, it was just workers out there. They don't show the people that was driving the tractors or the niggas on the horses and shit like that. Your whole narrative come from movies. Like that's roots and all that shit with that narrative, bruh. You know? That's roots with that narrative. That ain't real life, man. You know, my grandma I know was old enough to see the plantations, man. I got great uncles and shit that ran from a plantation from his daddy because the nigga was tired of working. That nigga moved to California at 12 years old, bro. It was great people that could do shit like that. That nigga moved from Louisiana to California at 12, 13 years old, nigga. And survived. And the man was the man out there. So hey man, you got your history mixed up, bro. I come from great people, nigga. You can look at my video. We come from greatness, man. You need to start building with real brothers that got some information, like a Taj in this one, like Hawk School, like Taj Tariq Bay, or You know, niggas like that. Blackbeard Mirage. You feel me? Aboriginal TV. It's some real niggas out here, man. You being silly, man. I know you wasn't calling yourself talking about me, nigga, cutting up there. And you come up, nigga. You couldn't pay me $150 to do shit. I'm about to come to your house for no $150, nigga. You come to the basement for 150, nigga. And I'm not spraying that motherfucking cryoline on your hair, nigga, on your hairline. And I don't know how to sew no weave. If a nigga coming to your house and sewing Velcro weave on your head and doing all that spray for 150, he a ham, nigga. Because I turn down hundreds and shit all the time, man. I be like, man, I'm not cutting today, man. Get the fuck out, don't bother me on no Saturday, man. And I ain't going to the nigga house for shit. I done turned that down so many times, nigga. I had big drug dealer King Lords, nigga, on 7 Mile call me like, man, we pay whatever for you come to us, man. I'm not coming over there, man. Hell no, nigga. I'm straight. I had my man Lil Earn call me, offer me 200 to come to his house on the east side. No, nigga, I'm not going over there. So, nigga, you ain't talking to me, man. And I own my house. You know what I mean? I bought it. Shit, I paid the payments, paid that refinance shit back, nigga. 33 bandos, nigga. My mama ain't had to do shit for me. I've been doing for my mama since I've been 15. I've been throwing parties for my mama and my grandma, nigga, and in my 20s at my apartments. Had cookouts, big cookouts for my grandmother and my mama. You know, they come through and my daddy. I buy him gifts and all that. I was the nigga doing that in my 20s and 30s, nigga. You know? So, you got me mixed up if you was talking about me, bruh. You know, and I can go in, man, you know, for real. Because you might think you handsome and all that, but you really ain't, man. You do a lot of Maybelline work, make out, you know, all type of fake makeup and all type of fake shit. Your girl got a fake booty and all that, man. Little light skinned girl. I don't want to talk about your girl and all that, you know, and but I can talk crazy, man. When you what you say, nigga, you fat, your teeth missing and all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I got one tooth missing, whatever, nigga. I've been a shit. I've been handsome all my life. I was tired of being handsome, nigga. When I was a kid, that shit was irritating. People used to come up to me, women, and all that's all they used to say. You so handsome. They used to say I used to look like the nigga Webster off the show when I was young. Everybody used to come up to me all through school. I was handsome. All the girls. So I don't give a fuck about that shit no more. That's the last thing I'm worried about, nigga. I done been handsome, nigga. I done cracked my hoes since I don't care. Since I'm being ugly, nigga, the more hoes want me now. But nigga, I seen you in your early 20s up there with that purple suit or whatever kind of men's warehouse suit. I done seen niggas say you was a fake nigga. Even Rosebud said you was a fake nigga trying to still a pimping. You ain't no real pimping, making them fake ass books about pimping and lame type shit, nigga. And when in 2001, nigga, I was the motherfucking man, nigga. I was probably about 19, big bank roll out here, nigga, own car, out here fooling, doing my thing, nigga. I was 19. I got pictures of that shit. You can go watch my video for the good times, part one and part two. Use them some pictures. That ain't nothing, but that's some you know. I wasn't never no ham ass nigga. I'm highly respected in my neighborhood. I'm highly respected in Detroit, man. I done did it all, man. You know, I ain't trying to claim no street reputation and all that, but I'm certified, man. I did it all the fights, all the shit. I done played with that, slang that iron, and all that type of shit, nigga. I ain't gonna do too much talking, man. I ain't nobody, and that ain't nothing to glorify. But you know, don't be slick, bro. Just clear your history up with that fake ass slave narrative shit, and we was whooped. Ain't no motherfucking architect, no goddamn getting sold from plantation to plantation, nigga. They ain't going to the highest bidder, nigga, because they are the bidders, nigga. Our people was the great creators, builders, nigga. Build structures, nigga. Fuck building a slave plantation house. That wasn't nothing, nigga. We built it the Masonic Temple, nigga. That buildings like that. Not saying we all that Mason shit. I'm just talking about that structure. All these structures you see them as ancient structures that was built here, nigga, man, thousands of years ago, man. The pyramids, their pyramids and shit like that. Them was niggas. No goddamn slaves, man. They can't. Ain't no way they can enslave our people, make us do shit. They was just buying them plantations in the late 1800s and 19, and wasn't even getting that many of them. They ain't, they wasn't getting no plantation like that. You might have a white boss on a plantation every blue moon, but most of them workers and motherfuckers getting whipped and shit was impaled people, man. You fight for their reparations, man. But we got other restore the land, because they owe us for a lot of shit. They tricked us out of our shit with paperwork and a lot of shit, man. They owe us a lot of land. That's our land, the niggas. America is nothing but nigga land, man. We don't come from no Africa, bro. And you lying on that shit, bro. You lying. Stop lying, fam. Get your shit together, man. And I know you gonna see this, man. I'm gonna put your name on here. I'm gonna say the reasons why I'm not feeling Tariq Nasheed right now. I feel a lot of stuff you had, a lot of your video. You make me laugh and shit, but that's kind of weird. You be playing with them puppets and making cartoons and shit, man. And drawing the cartoon with a big ass booty, looking at this man butt. Pan African Strikes Back. Ha ha. Y'all niggas silly as hell out there in Cali, man. But man, this is the end of this video. But shout out to my mama. She didn't have to flee Detroit, nigga. You had to flee. You had to live with your mama and grandmama, nigga, and all that. Get joked on with your fake Adidas on, nigga. My mama bought me real shell toes. My daddy bought me the Ewings when I was young, nigga. They ain't had to flee, nigga. They came from California and Alabama to here, and they still here. Do both of them doing good. My mom got a nice apartment, man. My dad got a nice house. I go visit them. My pops come see me every week. Get a real fade, real beard, no spray paint, none of that. This video long, man, because I had time to talk right now. But one love to everybody. RIH to my auntie Carol Brown. I love you, Carol Brown. My auntie passed away a week ago, man. That's why I really ain't been enthused. My cousin gave me that message, and I ain't been too enthused after that, man. So one love to my cousin Juan Willis. I love you, Wani, man. And RIH Auntie Carol, man. But Tyreek, man, watch who you playing with, bro. You can make all that cartoon like funny shit, hey. But I can talk crazy too, bro.